This week, there were lots of guys that we were talking about after the Browns beat the Bengals. Who's the guy we're going to be talking about next week after the Browns play the Washington? I've got to practice this because I don't want to slip up. The Washington football team.
You know, I'm still going to go with the guy that we were talking about a lot after this past game, and that's Myles Garrett. I think that this is going to be one of those games that will be set up for Myles to excel. They now have their best offensive lineman has been placed on injured reserve. So that tends to, in Brandon Scherf, that tends to be a trickle-down effect now. And that really weakens their line. So you can kind of you can try to maybe move Myles around a little bit and take advantage of some weak links there if you possibly can. Then you've got a younger quarterback again in Dwayne Haskins, who I think you can get to him. I think you can rattle him. I think you can run some stunts and some games like they did on Joe Burrow that you'll be able to confuse him in that way. And then on the other side of the field, you've got Chase Young. So do you think Myles Garrett's going to want to be shown up in this game by Chase Young? Heck no. I say he goes out there and has a monster game.
That line of thinking didn't work last season against the 49ers, though, did it?
That's true.
I think we're going to be talking about Jedrick Wills, as Mary Kay kind of alluded to there, either in a positive way or a negative way. I think he's going to be a big part of this game because obviously Chase Young and just overall that defensive line might be the best in the league through 2 weeks. So I think, he's had, if you look at him against the other top three, there was like a big four group of offensive linemen in the draft, and Mekhi Becton with the Jets might be having the best season so far, but you could argue that Jedrick Wills is second on that list. So he's done good so far, considering he hasn't been totally healthy and he's learning a new position, but this will be probably his biggest test. I know they played the Ravens week 1, but this is a big test for him.
I think we'll be talking about Jarvis. I think they started to scratch the surface a little bit with what they can do with Jarvis on Thursday night. There was that 4th down play. They got a little creative. They were using some different motions with him. I think the guy we're going to talk about is going to be Jarvis Landry. This is one of those games where we know he's going to get targeted a lot. And I think he's going to turn those into catches. I think he's going to turn those into big plays. I think they're going to be able to take advantage. They're going to want to get the ball out quick, right? Because Washington's strength is that pass rush and Chase Young. And Chase Young going against Jedrick Wills or Jack Conklin, wherever he lines up, or I don't know, maybe Chris Hubbard. We haven't seen the injury report yet. So I think Jarvis is going to be really important to that. Now, look, they might just line up and run the ball a ton. But if they do turn to that passing game, especially early, I think getting the ball in Jarvis's hands in different ways is going to be a big reason this offense has success. So I'll go with him because I don't want to say Chase Young. I don't want to say somebody from the other team, but I think we'll also be talking a lot about Chase Young after this game as well.
Yeah, I can see Jarvis because he didn't get involved much last week, and I think there will be a little bit more of an effort to get him going. You just, no matter what, you have to keep your stars somewhat happy. And this is a game that they should try to get Jarvis and Austin Hooper some of those earlier touches that we've talked about. And I agree, huge game for Jed Wills, and he's had a nice showing so far.
If Chase Young gets a sack this week, we might be talking about another flag planting incident.